Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, class 9th. This is your chemistry class, and today we will start chapter number 8, chemical reactivity, on page number 138. The major concepts of this chapter based on metals and non-metals. Metals are found on the left side of periodic table, while the non-metals on the right side of the periodic table. We have already studied the periodic table in chapter number 3, and if you see that metals are found on the left side, while the non-metals, which are shown in blue color, on the upper right side of the periodic table. Metals have different properties than non-metals. Mostly the metals are used in making aeroplanes, trains, building frames, automobiles, or in different machine tools according to their specific properties. All metals and non-metals show a variety of chemical reactions, which we will discuss in this chapter. First, we will discuss what are metals. You can see the definition of metals on page number 138, which is highlighted, and the definition of metal is that metals are the elements except hydrogen which are electropositive and form cations by losing electrons. We have already studied about metals, and we know that metals are found on the left side of periodic table. It means they have 1, 2, or 3 electrons in their outermost shell. That's why they lose electron in order to complete their valence shell, and they form cations or positive ions. That's why they are called electropositive. Now the metals can be categorized. Metals are of different, they have different chemical reactivities. Some metals are very reactive, some are moderately reactive, and some are least reactive. Very reactive metals are potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, etc. While the moderately reactive metals, जो कि दरमियाने दर्जे की reactive metals होती हैं, they are zinc, iron, tin and lead. Least reactive or noble metals are copper, mercury, silver and gold. ये बहुत कम reactive होती हैं, इसलिए जब हम silver या gold की jewelry इस्तेमाल करते हैं तो आप देखें उसे एटमॉस्फेयर के साथ इतना उसका रिएक्शन नहीं होता है, तो वो अपनी जो साख्त है, उसकी शक्ल सूरत है, वो उसको कायम रखते हैं. Now we will discuss the properties of metals. First, the physical properties of metals, which are related to physical state of matter, are called physical properties. First property is that almost all metals are solid. We already studied about this in chapter number 1, that metals are mostly found in solid state except mercury. Mercury is the only metal which is found in the liquid state, and it is usually used in thermometers to note the temperature. Second is they have high melting and boiling points except alkali metals. जो metals होते हैं चूँकि वो उनके अंदर बहुत strong bonding भी होती है, that's why they have high melting and boiling point, but the alkali metals have comparatively low melting and boiling points. And what are alkali metals? The metals of the first group. Number 3, they possess metallic luster and can be polished. We know that all metals have shiny surface, that is called metallic luster. एक खास चमक होती है metals के ऊपर जिसको हम luster कहते हैं, and they can be polished. और अगर उनकी चमक में कमी आ जाए तो आप उनको दोबारा polish भी कर सकते हैं, उससे उनकी जो चमक है, खूबसूरती, वो दोबारा पैदा हो जाती है उनके अंदर. Number 4, they are malleable. And malleable का मतलब क्या होता है? They can be hammered into sheets. We know that we can change the metals into sheets, into wires, and this property is called, when we change the metals into sheet, is called malleable or malleability. Ductile, they can be drawn into wires, यानी metals को हम बारीक तारों की शक्ल भी दे सकते हैं, and this property is called ductility or ductile. एंड गिव ऑफ अ टोन व्हेन हिट। ये भी आपको पता है कि जब आप मेटल्स की किसी भी चीज़ को हिट करेंगे तो एक ख़ास टोन आवाज़ आपको सुनाई देती है, तो ये भी मेटल की एक प्रॉपर्टी होती है। Number 5, they are good conductor of heat and electricity. We have already studied about it that metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Why? Because they have free electrons in them. Number 6, they have high densities. As we already studied about it that they are solid, that's why they have high densities, क्योंकि इनका भारी होती हैं. And last is they are hard. Except sodium and potassium. All the metals are found in solid states, that's why they are hard. Except sodium and potassium, and they are very soft metals, they can be cut with a knife. Next are the chemical properties of metals. First property is that they easily lose electron and form positive ions. As we have studied the definition of metals that they are electropositive means they can lose electron and they form positive ions. Number 2, they radially react with oxygen to form basic oxides. When metals react with oxygen, they form oxides, and the nature of the oxides is basic, because when these oxides react with water or they form bases or alkalis. That's why they are called basic oxides. Number 3, they usually form ionic compounds with nonmetals. Metals reacts with non-metals and they form ionic compounds because their bond is formed by donation of electron or by gaining of electron. And this the example of sodium chloride we have studied in chapter number 4. Next property is that they have metallic bonding. In chapter number 4 we have already studied that the metal atoms have metallic bonding. That's why they are heavy, strong, because this bond is very strong bond between them. So this is all about the metals. Next, inshallah, in next topic we will discuss further properties of metals. So learn this topic by heart. Thank you.